Along with fame and fortune, superstardom in the music industry is also tied to death by drugs. Whitney Houston is one of the most recent victims, but her story is not uncommon. Ephraim Graham examines the music machine through the eyes of a performer who survived.
Before I could blink, my front teeth were on the landing in the front of the apartment building. 2 of them, thank you very much. I began to look for them with blood everywhere.
The pages of Helen Baylor's life story are loaded with trouble, trials, and triumph.
I was running to get away from the devil. I was running because I had no reason to be alive. I was running because it was the only thing I could do.
She recorded her first single at just 13, became pregnant at 16, and performed with Ike and Tina Turner on the Vegas Strip at 17.
For a 17-year-old from the hood to come here and to see all the lights and the dancing and the music and the buffets and the lights, it was awesome. And to think that I had a chance to work here was even more awesome.
At such a young age.
At such a young age, yes.
That same year, Helen's voice landed her a job traveling the country in the musical Hair. She partied hard, then turned to pills to sleep, to stay awake, and to do her job.
Finally, I made friends with cocaine. Everyone who needed drugs, even the 30-year-old players in the show, learned to come to me at 17 and 18. They knew I always had a stash of marijuana or hash or something.
High on drugs, she still performed with Chaka Khan and recorded with the R&B group Side Effect.
And I'm going, oh, this is crazy. So I had the baby, left home at 17, got hooked on drugs at 17, 18, for the next 12 years, addicted. Then got delivered through the prayers of my grandmother.
That deliverance testimony launched her now legendary career as a gospel artist.
The devil was trying to kill me. I had a praying grandmother, never turned her back on.
For more than 30 years, Baylor has traveled the world, telling her story of survival. Privately, she's prayed for the many struggling artists, like Whitney Houston, who lost her battle.
The final cause of death has been established as drowning due to atherosclerotic heart disease and cocaine use.
We were praying for her. We were rooting for her. I remember once seeing her mom. We did a concert together, and I asked her, how's Whitney? And she didn't make a big deal out of it or anything, but like a mother, she looked at me, mother to mother, and said, pray for my daughter. And I just could feel Sissy all over. I could feel her.
Houston is among a growing list of iconic artists whose deaths have ties to drugs. Amy Winehouse, Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, and Jimi Hendrix still make headlines.
It was around, but by the grace of God, we didn't fall into it.
Nedra Talley Ross knew Jimi Hendrix before the drugs. He played guitar for her groundbreaking group, the Ronettes. How did you not fall victim?
We didn't have people wooing us because we were family oriented. We partied with our family at my grandmother's, so nobody did anything. And it was a time when the fear of your parent, my mother, was greater than the temptation that anybody could talk me into, because she would kill me.
What personal loss have you suffered to the drug culture?
A big one, I think, was Brian of the Stones. Dated him. So I'd say that was someone that I did date that died from drugs. When you have the extreme success, can be a downfall, because you get people that are with you that don't have your best. They have a job.
In this CNN interview, R&B superstar Chaka Khan blamed those forces for her personal battle with addiction and Whitney Houston's death.
This
machine around us, this so-called music industry, is such a demonic thing. It sacrifices people's lives.
When she said that, I sat there in my bed and just said, somebody gets it. Somebody else gets it.
Helen says there are demonic elements to the secular music world. However, the music business in the church is playing right into it, turning gospel artists into celebrities with demanding schedules and audiences focusing more on the music than ministry.
Church needs to talk about it too, because it's not just the world, it's the church too. And if I have to be the one to open it up, oh well. You know, if I never get another call to sing at your church, oh well. I have to be honest.
Baylor is breaking her silence on her latest trial in hopes of helping others. Her husband of 30 years recently walked out, and she found herself alone, addicted to drugs again. This time with a doctor's prescription.
I was just connecting the dots, just going up and singing and waiting to get to my hotel room so I could medicate again. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. I thought my career was over. I said, wow, God can't use me. But a year ago, I got rid of Ambien, and not too long ago, stopped with the painkillers. I wanna come home if you take me.
Once again, the power of prayer set her free.
I had signed up to go to rehab. But God said, I'm the same God that delivered you 31 years ago. I can do it now. I can do it now. And he did, just by me asking and then making a step of faith by flushing it down the toilet. Just like that.
Helen knows her latest testimony of triumph is a critical story to share. Prescription drug abuse is America's fastest growing drug problem. Ephraim Graham, CBN News, Las Vegas, Nevada.